Hello everyone, this is part 38 of What If Naruto Had Two Bloodlines, and I hope you guys enjoy this video and to like, to subscribe, to share, and check out the playlist, to see more comment down below. Now let's start the intro.
They call me a god. They call me a god. They call me a god.
Join my membership, the perks are great. It's in the description. Be sure to like and subscribe it. The next morning, Sakura yawns, stretches, She looked over and noticed that Yuki wasn't there. She figured that maybe she had already gotten up and was in the restroom, but after an hour of getting ready for the day and no sign of Yuki, she began to worry. Sakura, Kurenai-sensei, have you seen Yuki? Kurenai, knowing her, she could be anywhere in this place. If I had to guess, I'd say that she was probably with Naruto. Sakura, yeah, I guess that makes sense. Kurenai, she might have even slept with him last night. Sakura, slept with him. Kurenai, never mind, waving it off, me and my big mouth. Naruto was in the room alone. Kakashi and the others had already gotten up and left while he was still asleep, but not for long. He awoke to the sounds of Sakura yelling for him. He opened his eyes and there she was, right in his face. Naruto, Sakura. Jumping back, what are you doing here? Is this some kind of weird dream? Sakura, I can't find Yuki, have you seen her? Naruto, no, have you asked anyone else if they've seen her? Sakura, yes, no one's seen her since last night. Naruto, what? After getting dressed, Naruto and Sakura went in search of Yuki, which didn't take very long due to Naruto's ability. A few minutes into the search, they found her outside in the giant garden. Naruto plus Sakura, Yuki. She was just sitting there as if she was in some kind of trance. Sakura, Yuki, where have you been? No response, what could have happened to her? Naruto, I think it might have something to do with the person that's trying to escape. Not too far away from their location was the red-eyed woman, and at the mention of her presence, she fled. Naruto told Sakura to see to his sister while he chased the perpetrator through the garden. She wore a gray uniform, a suit jacket and matching skirt with black, knee-high boots. The black ribbon in her red hair waved in the wind as she was chased by Naruto. Naruto, wait, what did you do to my sister? I was only after a little information, she yelled back. Naruto, if you hurt her, I'll make you pay. She stopped and turned to face him only to say, I'd like to see you try. It could be seen that her uniform was similar to those of the servants in the manor, but he couldn't recognize her. Naruto didn't stop as he kept up his speed, charging the mysterious woman. He barreled right for her only for her to jump aside. He stopped quickly but received a kick to the face. As he stumbled back, he received a punch to the gut and another kick causing him to fall on his back. Oh come on, I thought you would be better than this. What kind of warrior lets an old woman like me kick his scaly tail so easily? Naruto, old woman. Naruto took a long hard look at the woman and noticed that even though she said that she was old, she didn't really look it. She looked a little older than Hinata's grandmother, but that wasn't saying much. From what Naruto could tell, she looked to be no more than in her early 40s. Naruto, if you want to fight old woman, you got it. Kakashi and the others were with the Hyugas as they made their way through the village. Soon after, they arrived at a building with 7 rings on its front. This is where they were headed and they entered. Kiba, Atsuko, aren't you looking lovely as usual? She walked up wearing a long white form-fitting habit with amber-colored wings embroidered across her bosom. It also had a couple of amber-colored lines across the wrists and a couple extended from under the arms to the bottom of the robe. 1. Atsuko, why thank you, smiling warmly. What was that? Bellowed a male voice from behind Atsuko. A big guy walked up and stood beside her with an unpleasant look on his face. He wore similar garments as Atsuko but with it being white and brown instead of amber. What did you say about my girl? Kiba, stammering, your girl, I didn't say anything, I said that she looked as nice as she usually does, who said what? Beads of sweat falling. Kiba was clearly intimidated by this 6 feet 8 inches mountain of muscle. The guy claimed that Atsuko was his, but the two were so different. She gave the impression that she was sweet and kind, while he seemed like he would break people's bones just for fun. He had short brown hair, a big sloping forehead, and his piercing brown eyes didn't help with the comfort level. Atsuko, Yuma, behave, warm smile, I'm sorry for my fiancé, he's very protective of me. To be honest, he's just a big ol' teddy bear. Did he scare you? Kiba looks at Yuma, more like a big grizzly bear, and no, it's gonna take more than a teddy bear to scare me, a giant one that could probably K with one swipe of its claws is another thing. Kurenai, fiancé, aren't you just 17 years old? Atsuko, yes, and Yuma, my Kuma, is only 16. It's an old clan tradition for the male and female for each title to marry so that the future generation can consist of stronger offspring. Kurenai, so you're forced to marry someone you barely know. Atsuko, heavens no. It's no longer practiced and people are allowed to marry who they please. Since it takes years to pick from the selected candidates, many of us get to know each other very well. It just so happens that my Kuma and I really hit it off. Yuma, I really wish she wouldn't call me that in front of other people. She noticed a few more girls walk by and asked Hinata to come along. They headed down the hall and Atsuko gave Yuma a sweet kiss on the cheek as they went their separate ways. Kiba, the size difference is monstrous. Kurenai, yeah, what did she mean about the whole selected candidates and ortals? What will Hinata be doing? Looks to Hiyashi. Hiyashi, in this clan, there are 7 titles that are up for bid every 20 or so years. The selected candidates are usually kids in their teens that show the specific qualities of one of these titles. These qualities aren't necessarily required, but it helps things run more smoothly. It just so happens that Hinata is currently in the running for one of these positions. Kiba, Hinata wants to be in one of these positions. Shino, that doesn't sound much like her. Hiyashi, it's more of an apprenticeship until it is felt that they are ready for that kind of responsibility. Her grandparents suggested it as secrets of the clan would be revealed to her, and with them she would be better prepared to protect herself and anyone she chose. Kakashi, but you don't really like the idea. Hiyashi, if she were to achieve a TLE, she would do me proud. It would be very similar to being the head of the Hyuga clan, but there's a drawback. He stood up and before the woman's eyes, his blonde hair turned red. The two locked red eyes and out of nowhere. Oh how precious, she squealed. Naruto, who, huh? Sweat drop. You look so adorable with red hair and eyes like mine. I can't wait to see what comes with this change. She took a stance that caught Naruto's attention. It was one from his Dragon Clan's scroll. Naruto, wait a minute, you're a dragon just like you. She quickly advanced on him. She threw a punch which he brushed off easily. She threw another punch followed by another and a few kicks as well, all which Naruto easily blocked and avoided. Very good, kid, you may look like a hatchling, but you seem to be a very strong one. Now let's see just how much stronger. She attacked once again, but this time with more force and speed. Each punch or kick that Naruto intercepted began to sting more and more, until, pow. A punch bypassed Naruto's guard and made contact with his face. This opened him up to a flurry of more punches and kicks. After the first punch, she placed a quick kick in his gut. As he began to bend over, she connected with an elbow to the nose causing a spurt of blood to come out. Naruto began to stumble back but she wasn't done with him just yet. She brought her left leg up and kicked Naruto across the face, fully turned and back kicked Naruto in the stomach. She then, with her right, kicked Naruto and made him buckle to a knee. She tried to kick him across the face again but Naruto ducked. She quickly kicked at him once more as he rose from the ground. She connected with a straight side kick to the face and the force of the attack propelled both combatants back. She rolled back to a vertical base, as did Naruto, though woozily. Ha 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 ha. Come on hatchling, I know that you're stronger than this, you've just got to be better than this, otherwise I'd be sorely disappointed. Naruto wiped the blood from his nose. The thought of using a summon had popped into his head, but he wanted to fight this one on his own. He wiped the blood on his clothes and made his usual sign. Naruto, Shadow Clone Jutsu. He created 4 clones and they all crouched to the ground. The woman was amazed. Naruto, she's really good, I don't think I'd be able to beat her by using Dragon Clan techniques. She's more experienced with M than I am. With her ability, she could tell that each of the Narutos were focusing their chakra intensely. The feeling was overwhelming, especially when they let out a mighty roar as they yelled, "Narutos, let's go." She watched as they all jumped from their starting positions to freeze in place the next second. This technique, Before she could finish her thought, she felt a blow to the gut. As she bent, both of her feet were swept from underneath her body. A second later, she had been kicked into the air. She was intercepted by 2 heel kicks to her body, and as she plummeted to the ground, she heard the Narutos exclaim, "Narutos, Naruto Uzumaki's Shadow Star Barrage." She crashed to the ground and the impact caused her to spit up blood and created a small crater. The Narutos began celebrating their victory, but it was short-lived. The old woman started to move around in her crater, slowly picking herself up. "Naruto, why don't you just give up, old lady? I don't want to have to hurt you any more than I already have. Give up and come quietly. Like I'd lose to some hatchling, you're 100 years too soon to defeat me. Naruto, you know what? You're really starting to piss me off with all this hatchling talk. Stay down and you won't get hurt, you old hag." She just laughed it off, the insult and the pain she experienced up to this point. She began to remove articles of her clothing. She unbuttoned her jacket and pulled off her skirt, revealing a black half shirt and short tights. She dropped her uniform to the ground and rushed at the Narutos. As it crashed with a thud, Naruto realized. Naruto, oh she. Once she got close enough, she spun in place, transforming as she did. From this, Naruto could tell that she intended to trip him and his clones up with her now scaly dragon tail. Using the Shadow Star, the Narutos avoided this and launched another assault. As she was once again being pelted by blows from Naruto and his clones, she continued with her transformation. She grew a pair of green wings with a red membrane and a crown of 4 small horns on her head. Her eyes completely turned red with the exception of white irises and red pupils. Her transformation complete, she fanned her wings and spun in place. She created a whirlwind strong enough to stop the Naruto's pace and knock them on their tails. With an opening, she cycled through seals. Fire style, Dragon Flame Blast. She spit a fireball in the shape of a dragon that destroyed one of the clones but just missed the others. She flew higher into the air and, at great speeds, dove into the ground. She left a hole as she tunneled through and up from the ground. She burst through right between the 4 remaining Narutos and stopped in the air to cycle through seals. While they were distracted by her, they didn't notice the ground crumbling under them. As it gave way, they fell in. They hit the bottom of the pit and saw the hole the woman had created as she tunneled. She had tunneled down and turned at 90 degrees one way and back up. Fire style, Dragon's Pit Fire. She blew fire into the hole where she began. The Naruto saw this and knew what was coming. They quickly tried to boost the real one out of there as the fire exploded into the pit. The flames were right on his tail, literally, as he barely escaped being roasted alive. He had gotten out of one trap and into another. Seeing an opening, he was grabbed by his flaming tail in midair. Naruto, AAHH. My tail, it burns. Put it out. Flailing about. Stop struggling, she yelled. Wait a minute, he's struggling. That can't be, I have his tail. He should be. Naruto had been swinging back and forth and before the woman could finish her thought, he headbutted her in the stomach, causing her to release her hold. He backed away and began to charge his chakra in his hands. She saw this and did the same. Both. Dragon Wave. They both launched their attacks and the explosion forced them back. When the smoke cleared, Naruto wasn't there. She could tell that he was quickly advancing on her position from behind. She quickly spun around trying to slow him down with the gust from her wings, then attempted to fly away. She was surprised to see a golden-haired, golden-eyed Naruto directly in her face. Just a few feet away, Naruto had changed his form. The woman had felt this spike in power but hadn't had the time to react as Naruto was currently right in front of her. Naruto, Solar Flare. A golden beam of chakra exploded from his fingertip and into the air. The old woman was now nursing a burn on her left arm and a hole in her limp wing. Naruto, just give up, old lady, and no one'll have to get hurt. Hair turns white. You, seeds, little brat. Using our rival clan's techniques. There's no way I'm giving up now. I won't lose to a star. 2. She pulled herself together and began cycling through hand seals. Using his shadow star, Naruto tried to put a stop to her attempt. He got to her in time, but the wrong one. She opened her eyes and they glimmered. Naruto was caught in her gaze as he focused on the pupil of her eyes. He froze in place as her genjutsu took effect. Naruto's eyes opened and he was falling to the earth at great speeds while being tied and bound. He frantically tried to get free but he just couldn't seem to. The ground was coming up extremely fast and Naruto had no way of saving himself. He quickly closed in on the ground and Sakura and Yuki had finally caught up to Naruto. When they did, Naruto appeared to be in a trance similar to Yuki's. He started to teeter and tried to scream as he fell to the ground. Before he crashed, Sasuke showed up to catch him. Sakura realized that Naruto must have been caught in some genjutsu and rushed to help him. As he now lay there, he began to violently twitch before he finally stopped. Sakura, release. Placing 2 fingers on Naruto. Something was wrong. Naruto didn't seem to be snapping out of it. He wouldn't even twitch anymore. Was she too late? She and Yuki began yelling for help as they carried Naruto into the manor. Both Natsuki and Haruto heard their cries and Haruto carried Naruto the rest of the way. Natsuki quickly checked his vitals and his pupils. Looking at his eyes, she was able to put 2 and 2 together. She cycled through seals and 7 chakra rings appeared around her body, 1 on each limb, 1 around her head, and 2 behind her shoulders. She took off Naruto's headband, removed the ring around her head, and placed it on his. Natsuki, release. Place his fingers on Naruto's head. Naruto's eyes opened and he slowly sat up. He didn't know what hit him, but he would never forget it. He was still so shook up that he couldn't seem to stop shivering. He looked to be in bad shape, but at least it wasn't as bad as Yuki and Sakura feared. Natsuki, Naruto, you're in pretty bad shape. You should lie down so that I may heal your injuries. Naruto complied and laid back down while Natsuki checked him for anything serious. She cycled through her seals and placed her hand on Naruto's chest. The chakra ring around her right wrist disappeared and reappeared around Naruto's. Sakura, what are you doing? Natsuki, he has a broken rib as well as being mentally fatigued. As long as he keeps my halos on I can heal him by the end of the day. Sakura, you can do that. That's incredible. Natsuki, yes, many members of my clan possess the ability to do this, some more than others. We can heal just about any bodily damage with our jutsu. We can mend torn F and regenerate broken bone as long as we have the chakra supply and time. Sakura, that's good to hear, it's good that you were here, but we have to do something about the person that did this to Naruto. Natsuki, I agree, giving a child these kinds of injuries, what do you have to say for yourself, Hitomi? A figure jumped in through the open window and kneeled before Natsuki. Hitomi, I'm sorry milady, he upset me and I let my emotions get the best of me. 3. Naruto, jumps up. X. That will be all for this video. Be sure to like, subscribe, share, and comment down below for more videos. Goodbye.